Hello and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News channel. Join me on my stream, which I'll be streaming soon. Check out I'm streaming on my backup channel, which is in my description as well as in the comments. Also, check out my other channel, Crypto Daily Updates, all the day's great crypto news into one video. So check that out, description and comments as well. So let's actually talk about this news that Ivan on Tech actually broke on Twitter a while ago, and that Wall Street has 360,000 Bitcoin. All of Wall Street, I'm guessing. Not just like one dude on Wall Street, all of Wall Street. So let's put this into perspective. What does this mean? I know some people are getting excited. Wall Street has a lot of Bitcoin, 360,000. That's quite a bit of money. You know, it's like each Bitcoin's $7,000. 360,000 Bitcoin. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. It's billions of dollars. That's true. So they have a vested interest. But if you actually take an overall macro look at Bitcoin, it's honestly not that much. There's going to be all in all total 21 million Bitcoin. There's about 18 million Bitcoin up right now. Yes, I know people are saying, someone on Twitter commented on my comment, you should know that it won't be all mined until 20 and 40. That's true. But by 2136, like 99% of it's going to be mined. So, and right now, already 18 million is going to be mined. So there's like less than 3 million to be mined. Because of the decreasing block halving rewards of Bitcoin, it's going to take forever to mine the last bit. But like 88% of it's already out there. So there's over 18 million out there already out of the 21 million. If you count the number that's lost, the real number out there is probably like 13 million or so. Wall Street has 360,000. Now 18 million, 1% of 18 million is 18,000. 2% of 18 million is 360,000. So Wall Street essentially has 2% of the entire circulating amount of Bitcoin out there, and about maybe 3% of the real amount, because 5 million's probably been lost in my opinion. A lot of people threw Bitcoin away in the early stages because it wasn't worth very much. Remember, someone paid 10,000 Bitcoin for a pizza. So a lot of people probably did lose a lot of Bitcoin back in the early stages. Everyone's keeping track of it now, but most Bitcoin was probably mined in the first halving. Let's be serious here. Because of the halving, yeah, most Bitcoin was probably mined during the first halving. So based on that, Wall Street owns maybe 3% of the total real Bitcoin in circulation, which means they're not huge players. Yes, if all of Wall Street acted in cohesion and sold at once, they can bring the price down. But Wall Street is not one behemoth, and the Bitcoin's not all owned by one person. There's probably several fund managers, many individual rich people, and just random people that actually own Bitcoin on Wall Street. And I don't think you're going to get all of them to act in unison, because if you look at CNBC and other Wall Street, all of them predict different things all the time. And they're actually wrong a lot of the time as well. They're wrong most of the time, actually. But that's just the way it is with predictions. Even the most qualified professionals get many, many things wrong. Everyone is just kind of guessing. So they don't act all in unison on all these financial matters. And they own about 3% of the supply. Now, if a lot of them have it in like custody or long-term holding, there's probably very little of that out there that's actually circulating. So is 360,000 owned by Wall Street like big news? No, Bitcoin's been out for like 10 years. And for the last 3 years or so, it's actually gotten a lot of media attention, or at least a lot of financial world attention. So it makes sense that really rich people on Wall Street would have bought some Bitcoin. And Wall Street having about 3% of the supply isn't a lot. Remember, Satoshi Nakamoto, whoever the hell he is, reportedly has 1 million Bitcoin. So he himself has almost 3 times as much as Wall Street does. I'm assuming that Satoshi does actually exist, and he's not dead, which he might be. He might have been Hal Finney, and he might be dead. And there's other entities like Gemini and other exchanges that hold just as much, if not more, Bitcoin than all of Wall Street. So they're actually bigger players than Wall Street. I think Wall Street can actually affect the price more by shorting and futures rather than just by buying and selling their Bitcoin, honestly. So based on that, like, it's impressive to hear the number 360,000 Bitcoin, because none of us have 360,000 Bitcoin, obviously. But the thing is, like, you can't think of it in relation to us, because we're not the whales. We're not the big players. You got to think of it in relation to like the entire supply of Bitcoin. And the entire supply of Bitcoin, 360,000 is not a lot. And Wall Street, although if you count Wall Street as one entity, it is a whale, but you can't count Wall Street as one entity. Wall Street's not one person, and they often fight and spar among each other. So I really don't think Wall Street, even though Wall Street can influence it by futures and selling and buying, I don't think they're like the biggest player, and I don't really think that means Bitcoin is going mainstream anytime soon. I do think it's a signal that Bitcoin will go mainstream maybe several years in the future as Wall Street accumulates more, maybe. But right now, I don't think Wall Street is going to be like the biggest player, or it signals Bitcoin is going to go mainstream anytime soon. It is good market improvement because that means at least some people on Wall Street think Bitcoin is the real deal. But that does not mean Wall Street's sentiment towards Bitcoin is extremely positive. So that is my analysis, my conclusion. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe, and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you, and have a nice day.